Welcome to Tamil Online classes. See students, today we are going to start the chapter number 10, vector algebra. So in this vector algebra, we are already started in the physics also vector algebra. So here in this mathematics, we are going to start the vector algebra. We will discuss some basic concepts of the vectors and some geometrical representation of the vectors and the dot product and the cross product also. Okay. So here in the always we are started the vectors, we are taking the director lines. So here first we have to see that what is the meaning of the director line. If you can take any line in the three-dimensional space, you can take the direction on this way or this way. Yes or no? If you can take the line, it has a two directions. So this is the direction or this direction. If that direction is mentioned to the line, that line is called a directed line. So if you have taken the line that is the arrowhead is given that this meaning is the line of the direction is this way, so this is a directed line, and also as well as this is also a directed line if the direction is mentioned to the line. So if you can take that line is prescribed between the 2 points A and B, that line is prescribed between A and B, then what is that? And also the direction is taken. So the direction is also there and the magnitude is also there. The distance between the AB points is nothing but the magnitude. So the magnitude is also there and the direction is also there. So it has a both magnitude and direction. So see that one, what is the meaning of the directed line is. If a line L be any straight line in the plane or a three-dimensional space, this line can be given two directions by the means of arrowheads. If one of these directions prescribed is called a directed line, if one of the directions is prescribed, then that line is called a directed line. And also, if we restrict the line between these 2 points AB, then a magnitude is also prescribed. The magnitude is also prescribed on the line with one of the two directions. So we obtain a directed line segment. Thus, a directed line segment has a magnitude as well as a direction also. The direction is mentioned and it is prescribed between the 2 points. The magnitude is also given. So, like this one, you can take this diagram here. Okay. So, see the next one is the definition of the vector. What is the definition of the vector is? A quantity that has both magnitude as well as the direction, then that is called a vector. For example, you can see that one, I am taking A and B, 2 points I am taking that. If you can take like this or you can take like this one also. So this is called A reaches the B and here also A reaches to B, but this is called distance. This is called distance and this is called displacement. The shortest path is called the displacement. So you can take any distances. You can move in any direction, you can reach the B, but it is called a distance. If you can reach B in the shortest path, that is called the displacement. So here AB is called the displacement. It has a magnitude as well as a direction also. AB is the magnitude and the direction, it is starting from A and ending with the B. Both have, so this displacement is called a vector. So here you can see that one here in the definition. What is the definition of the vector is? A quantity that has a magnitude as well as a direction is called a vector. Direction as well as the magnitude is called a vector. See some examples. I have already given the displacement. Next, velocity, the rate of change in the displacement, acceleration, force, weight, momentum, electric field intensity, all these are vectors. So see the next, what is the scalar is? Scalar is nothing but a quantity that involves only one value, that is the magnitude. It is a real number. Such a quantity are called scalars. So here you can see this one, the distance. The distance is a scalar. The distance is a scalar. See some examples here. So what is the meaning is? A quantity that involves only one value, that is the magnitude, which is a real number. Such quantities are called scalars. What is the examples are? Length, mass, time, distance, speed, area, volume, temperature, work. All these are scalars. All are understand students? So this is the vector and this is the scalar. So next we can see this line here, AB bar. If you are taken, this line is the AB bar. This is a directed line. This directed line is a vector. Why? Because it has a magnitude as well as the direction also. And this vector you can represent in the form of AB bar. The vector the directed line segment is a vector denoted as AB bar, and this A is called the starting point of the vector. A is called initial point, and B is the end point of the vector. The B is called a terminal point of the vectors. Terminal point of the vectors. And also we can take that here the magnitude of the vector, the distance between A and B is called magnitude of the vector denoted by mod AB bar. Mod AB bar or mod A bar, and we can take that strictly A. You can mention that as strict A here. So that means the arrow indicates you are taking on the top of the vector, we are taking the arrow mark that indicates the direction of the vector. All are understood, students? So what is the meaning of the directed line? If you can take any line in the space, if you can mention the direction, it is called a directed line. If that line is prescribed between any 2 points A and B, then it has a magnitude also. So that's why a directed line segment and prescribed between the 2 points, that is called a vector. So what is the meaning of the vector? Vector is nothing but a quantity that has both a magnitude as well as a direction also. What is the scalar? It has only magnitude, then it is called a scalar.
See students, next the position of the position vector. What is the meaning of the position vector? Is if you can take a point P in the space, in the 3-dimensional space, so then the coordinates of P, x comma y comma z, the coordinates of the P is x comma y comma z, and the origin is 0 comma 0 comma 0. So this is the OP bar. OP bar is called the position vector of the point P. If P x comma y comma z is a point in the 3-dimensional space and O is the origin, then OP bar is called the position vector of the point P. It is denoted as R bar. So see that one, what is the condition here? A point P in the space having the coordinates x, y, z with respect to the origin, then the vector OP bar having O and P as its initial point and terminal point. Initial point is the origin and terminal point is the P. Terminal points respectively is called the position vector of the point P. OP bar is called the position vector of the point P with respect to the origin. And also the magnitude of this position vector OP bar, what is that? The distance of these 2 points. Already know the distance formula, root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. So by using of that, square root of x minus 0 whole square is a x square plus y minus 0 whole square is the y square and z minus 0 whole square is the z square. So the distance, the magnitude, the length of this vector is nothing but OP bar. It can be represented as a mod OP bar, that is nothing but root of x square plus y square plus z square. So if you can take any point P x comma y comma z in the space, then OP bar is called the position vector of the point P, and that vector we can take it as a small r bar. And also the magnitude of this vector is nothing but root of x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, so see that one next. Generally we will take the vector of not only one line, so we will practice that A, B, C are 3 points we are taken in the space. Then the position vector of A is OA bar. I am taking it as a bar. We can take it as a bar, and OB bar is a position vector of B. So the vector we can take it as a small letter, so that is the B bar, and C is a point on the space. Then OC bar is the position vector of C, and we can take it as a C bar. The position vectors of the points A, B, C is nothing but with respect to the origin we can take it as small letters, that is A bar, B bar and C bar. Okay, so this is the position vectors and how can you take the position vectors here. Very important conditions here. So see the direction, cosines and direction ratios of a line, direction cosines and direction ratios of a line. See here students, I am taking that p x comma y comma z is a point in the space, then automatically OP bar is the position vector, of the point P. So then this vector, this is a line actually, this line makes an angle alpha with x-axis and beta with y-axis and gamma with the z-axis. Then a line I am taking that OP bar is a vector, that vector makes an angle alpha, beta, gamma with respect to that axis x, y, z. Okay. Then alpha, beta, gamma are called directed angles, that is the direction angles are called direction angles. And if we can take the cosine of these angles, that is nothing but the cosine values of these angles, that is nothing but cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines, of the vector r bar, and usually it is denoted by LMN. What is the direction cosines? Generally we will take it as a LMN. So what is the direction cosines? What we can say that if OP bar is a vector is the position vector of a point P, then the vector makes an angle alpha, beta, gamma with x, y and z axis respectively. Then alpha, beta, gamma are called direction angles. If the cosine of these angles, that is cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines of the line, and it is denoted as L, M, N respectively. So for example, in the diagram I am taking the 3 points A, B, C on the axis. So here I will form a right angle triangle here. For this one, what we will get that? See that one, that is so here the angle is here, that is the OP line makes an angle with OA line. This is alpha, and this line distance is nothing but r, and we can take the condition here. This is the line, we will take it as a OA line, we can take it as a x. So the distance is x. So what happens, that one, this distance is x and this distance is y and this distance is z. So this distance OA distance is x and this distance OP distance is r. So that is nothing but here. So first of all, from the triangle we can observe that it is a right angle triangle here. So what happens? Cos alpha, what is the cos alpha? Is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So what is the adjacent side? Adjacent side is nothing but x, by hypotenuse is nothing but r. Similarly, we can take a one more right angle triangle, that is nothing but OBP, that is nothing but it will give the angle cos beta is equal to, what is that? It is the x by r, automatically cos beta will become y by r. Similarly, you can take one more triangle, right angle triangle, what is that? OCP, from that right angle triangle, what you will get that? Cos gamma. What is the cos gamma? Cos gamma value will become z by r. So what is the cos alpha? Cos alpha is x by r, cos beta is y by r, and cos gamma is z by r. And already we are taken cos alpha is L and cos beta is M, cos gamma is N. So automatically L is equal to x by r and M is equal to y by r and N is equal to z by r. L value is x by r and M value is y by r and N value is z by r. So thus the coordinates of the point P. So x is equal to L is equal to x by r. What is the x? X will become LR. M is equal to y by r. Y will become MR. N is equal to z by r. Z value will become NR. So what is the point P? P is nothing but XYZ. So automatically the point P can be taken it as LR, MR, NR. And also see students, the numbers LR, MR, NR proportional to the direction cosines. Yes or no? So this is the, if you can take the ratio, it will become L is to M is to N. So the ratio are called direction ratios of the vectors. So see that one here, that is LR is to MR is to NR, that is equal to L is to M is to N. Yes or no? So these ratios are called, the ratios of these direction cosines are called direction ratios. The ratios of direction cosines, the ratios of direction cosines are called direction ratios, and the direction ratios are, we can take it as A, B, comma and C respectively. What we can take the numbers, that is the direction cosines, or we can take it as a L, M, N, and the direction ratios of a line we can take it as A, B and C. The ratios of direction cosines, the ratios of direction cosines is called direction ratios. In the problematic you can identify that this condition, okay. And also one important condition is there for this direction cosines. What is that point is, one important condition, what is that one is, L comma M comma N are direction cosines, comma A comma B comma C are direction ratios, direction ratios, direction ratios, then that implies L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. L square plus M square plus N square will become the 1. See that one here. So the proof of this one. So L square plus M square plus N square, that is equal to, what is the L value? See this one from this diagram. L is equal to X by R. So what happens? L value is X square by R square plus, what is the M value is? Y square by R square plus N value is Z square by R square. If you can take the LCM, X square plus Y square plus Z square by R square. Already you know that R value is nothing but root of X square plus Y square plus Z square. That is the distance. That is the OP. P is a point, then R is called the magnitude of that vector. That is R is equal to root of X square plus Y square plus Z square. Then automatically R square will become X square plus Y square plus Z square. So X square plus Y square plus Z square by X square plus Y square plus Z square. That is will become 1. Therefore L square plus M square plus N square value is 1. If L comma M comma N are direction cosines and ABC are the direction ratios of a line, then L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. So and also A square plus B square plus C square is not equal to 1. L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1, but A square plus B square plus C square is not equal to 1. Okay. See students, next we will go to discuss that types of vectors. So different types of the vectors are there. So here we are going to discuss about of the types of the vectors. First see that one, what is the zero vector? The zero vector is nothing but the initial and the terminal points are same, then that vectors is called the zero vector, and also the magnitude of the zero vector is 0. And see here a vector whose initial and terminal points are coincide is called a zero vector or null vector. Zero vector or null vector denoted as a 0 bar. That means zero vector. Zero vector has a 0 magnitude. Otherwise they will mention that the vectors A bar. For example, we can take that A bar. Initial point is A and terminal point is also A. B bar. The initial point is A and terminal point is also, that is the B, and terminal point is also B. So these are called the zero vectors. So what is the meaning of the zero vector? The initial and the terminal points are both are same and the magnitude is 0. So that is called the zero vector or null vector. Similarly, you can see that unit vector. What is a unit vector? A vector whose magnitude is 1 unit. So that is nothing but here a vector whose magnitude is a unity. Unity is nothing but 1 unit. So E is called the unit vector. The unit vectors in the direction of a given vector A bar is denoted by. So if A bar is a vector, it is a unit vector, then we can mention in this one. How can you read that? A cap. How can you read that one? A cap. So it will mention that A cap meaning is it is a unit vector whose magnitude is 1. So that is the nothing but. So here co-initial vectors. What is the meaning of the co-initial vectors is? See, for example, you can take that co-initial vectors is here. See that one. So here co-initial vectors, this is the A and this is the B and this is the C. So this vector is A bar and this vector is the B bar and this vector is C bar. So what we are observed that A bar. So if you can take this is the, if you are taken this one, what is the vector A bar initial point is O. What is the initial vector of this vector is O. And what is the initial point of this vector is O. So all three vectors having the same initial point. So these vectors are called co-initial vectors. See that one here. Two or more vectors having the same initial point are called co-initial vectors. That means the starting point is the same for all the vectors. Those vectors are called co-initial vectors. So similarly, you can see that collinear vectors, very important one. So we will use this one in the problems. Co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors is not, that is nothing but a co-initial. It is a collinear vectors. What is the collinear vectors is? Two or more vectors are said to be collinear if they are parallel to the same line. They are parallel to the same line irrespective of their magnitude and direction. So if any two vectors you are taken that, if the two vectors are parallel to the same line, then we can say that the two vectors are collinear. So we can't take the direction and magnitude. So what we, for example, you can see that one. So here, for example, what I will take that. So this is the A bar is a vector. This is the A bar is a vector and this is the B bar is another vector. So what we are observed that the magnitude of A and magnitude of B are not equal. Yes or no? And so here I will take a one line here, this one. So A bar is a vector parallel to this line and B bar is another vector. This is also parallel to this line. Yes or no? So automatically A bar and B bar are called collinear vectors. And also we can take one more example here. I will take that this is the A bar and this is the B bar. So see that one once again. So A bar and B bar are different directions. This direction is here, this direction is in this way. So both are not in the same direction and also the magnitude is also not same. But the first vector is parallel to this line and the second vector is also parallel to this line. So then we can say that these two vectors are collinear. I understand that. So magnitude and direction is not a criteria here. What we have to see that the two lines are parallel to the same line, then we can say that the two vectors are collinear. See the definition once again. Two or more vectors are said to be collinear if they are parallel to the same line irrespective of their magnitude and directions. So here magnitudes are not same but both are parallel to the same line. So these are collinear. Here magnitude are not same and direction is also not same but both are parallel to the same line. We can say that the two vectors are collinear. Are you understand, students? See the next one, equal vectors. So what is the equal vectors are? Both have, see that one first, two vectors A bar and B bar are said to be equal if they have same magnitude and direction, regardless of the position of their initial points, are written as A bar is equal to B bar. If two vectors are said to be equal, then we will say that one, the position is not important, but both vectors having the same magnitude and the same direction. So regardless of the position, where is the vector? So we don't know, but what is that? The direction and the magnitude both are same, then we can say that the two vectors are equal vectors. And we can mention like this, A bar is equal to B bar. So what is the negative of a vector is? A negative vector is nothing but if a bar is a vector, if we can change the direction, we can take it as a minus a bar. So minus a bar, that is called the negative of the vector. For example, AB bar is a vector. So AB bar is nothing but if we can take the vector is here, if we can take this is the AB bar is a vector. So that meaning is the direction is here. But if we can take that, so if we can take that AB, so that if the direction is changed, automatically this BA bar, the direction is changed. So this vector is called negative of the vector AB bar, and we can take it as BA bar is equal to minus AB bar. BA bar is equal to minus AB bar. So see that one, you can see the definition here. A vector whose magnitude is the same as that of a given vector, say AB bar. I am taking one vector AB bar, but the magnitude is the same, but the direction is opposite to the given one, is called the negative of the given vector. Magnitude is the same, both the magnitudes are same, but the direction is changed. So these vectors are called negative vectors. For example, if the vector BA bar, if we are taken the BA bar is a vector negative of the vector AB bar, and also we can represent as BA bar, if we can written as a minus AB bar. That meaning is if you are changed to the direction, you will get the negative BA bar. If you change the direction, you will get a minus AB bar. Or understand, students? If you can any change, if you can AB bar, if you are changing it to BA bar, you will get the minus. BA bar, if you can change into AB bar, you will get the minus in the front. So that is called a negative of a vector. So here in the vectors, generally we will take a free vectors. What is the meaning of the free vectors is? So that meaning is in the space you can take a parallel. So see that one first. The vectors defined above or such as the any of them may be subject to its parallel displacement. See this word, that is the parallel displacement, without changing its magnitude and direction. Such vectors are called free vectors. Parallel displacement without changing the magnitude and direction. Such vectors are called free vectors. That meaning is if we can take that this is a bar is a vector, if you can change that one, if it is a direction, you can change this, you can shift this vector to here. So this is the vector. So that meaning is I am not changed anything, the direction is not changed and the magnitude is not changed, but you can change the position, that is you can change the position like that. Free vectors, or understand that you can change here also, you can take the change here also, you can change, take like this one, we can move the position of that vector, that is the free vectors. That is we don't change that parallel displacement, that is the parallel, you have to take the parallel and without changing its magnitude, don't change the magnitude. That means we can shift the vector to here, that is a parallel and the same magnitude. These vectors are called, and also direction is also important, don't change the directions also. These are called free vectors. Okay. So see that types of the vectors is, the first one is a zero vector. What is the zero vector? Zero vector is nothing but the initial and the terminal points are same and whose magnitude is 0. For example, A bar and B bar. What is the unit vector? Unit vector is nothing but whose magnitude is 1. So next one is, and also it is denoted as A cap. If A bar is a vector, if it is a unit vector, then we can take it as a cap. And also co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors is nothing but 3 or more vectors. 2 or more vectors are said to be co-initial. The initial point is the same for all the vectors. So it is called the co-initial vectors. So next, collinear vectors, very important one. Collinear vectors is nothing but two vectors are parallel to the same line. Regardless of magnitude and direction. So that is nothing but these vectors are same magnitude, that is both the vectors are same direction but a different magnitude, but both are parallel to the same line. So we can take it as a collinear. And here both vectors are not same lines, that is not the same magnitude and it is not in the same direction, but both are parallel to the same line, then these two vectors are collinear. What is the equal vectors? Both the magnitude and direction. Both the magnitude and direction both are same, but without that is regardless of this position. Where is the vectors? We don't know, but what is that? Both the vectors have the same direction and equal magnitude. Then we can say that these are the equal vectors. So that it is denoted as a bar is equal to b bar. And also negative of a vector. What is the negative of a vector? If we can take that, change this one a b bar. The vector is initially is a, starting with a, and b is a b. So if we can take b to a, then it is called a negative of a vector. Is that meaning is a vector whose magnitude is the same as that of the given vector, but direction is opposite. So we can take it as a ba bar is equal to minus ab bar. So what is the meaning of the position vector? Position vectors is nothing but we can take the parallel displacement and the same magnitude without changing the direction. So we can move the vectors like you can take the parallel, so the same magnitude. Okay, see that. See students, see the exercise 10.1. So here the first question is, represent graphically a displacement of 40 kilometers, 30 degrees east of north. 30 degrees east of north. So first we can take that. So we can take that value here. So what is the directions is here? North, south, east and west. So what they are saying that east of north, that meaning is this is the north, east side is nothing but this side. So it is the mentioning is that this is a 30 degrees. This is a 30 degrees, and also what is the distance is that is a 40 kilometers. So 40 kilometers, you can take the scale is here. So you can take that 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can take the point is here. This is the point P is. So that meaning is here the scale, you can take that. Scale is nothing but it mentions that 10 kilometers. So here see that one, what is that? So north of east, that is nothing but this is a making that this is a direction, this is a moving, and what is the degree is given that 30 degrees, and we are taking that this is the 40 kilometers, that is a 10, 10, 10, 10. You can take that value is here, that is a each one is a 10 kilometers, that is a 40 kilometers. So that is the graph of that one. So see the next question is, so what is the next question is, classify the following measures as a scalars and vectors. So already I am given some examples in the definition. See that one, first one is, so 10 kgs, what is the 10 kgs is, they are asking it is a vector or a scalar. So first you have to identify that 10 kg is nothing but a mass, so it is a scalar. Why? Because write down that notes, what is that one is, it has only magnitude, so it is a scalar. So next, 2 meters northwest, 2 meters magnitude northwest, that is the direction is also there, so it is a vector. So write down this one notes, it has both magnitude as well as the direction, so it is a vector. See the next one is 40 degrees, so it has only degrees is mentions that one, that meaning is it is a scalar. What is the notes you can write on that? It has only magnitude, so it is a scalar. So next one, see that one, 40 watt, what is this one? That is nothing but 40 watt is nothing but it has only one quantity is there, so it has a magnitude only, so it is a scalar. It has only one magnitude, that is it has only magnitude, so this is a scalar. So 10 power minus 19 coulomb, so this is also a scalar. Why? Because it has only the magnitude is mentioned, so it is a scalar. Next one, 20 meters per second square, 20 meter per second square, it is acceleration, so it has both the magnitude and the direction, so it is a vector. So what we can write on that notes, it has both magnitude and direction, so it is a vector. So what we can say that it has only magnitude, it is a scalar. It has both a magnitude and direction, it is a vector. It has only magnitude, it is a scalar. It has only magnitude, it is a scalar. It has only magnitude, it is a scalar. it has both a magnitude and a direction. It is a vector. So write down that notes. Next, see that question number 3. So what is the question number 3 is? Classify the following as scalar and vectors quantities. Similar question they are asking, it is a vector or a scalar. So see this one, time period. So time period has only magnitude. It has only magnitude. So it is a scalar. Write down the notes. It has only magnitude. It is a scalar. Next one, distance. I am already told that one, distance is a scalar. So write down that one. It has only magnitude. So it is a scalar. Next one, force. What is this? Force. That means it is a vector. So write down that one. It has both magnitude and direction. So it is a force is a vector. Next you can take that velocity. So what is that velocity is? Velocity is a vector. Why? Because write down that it has both a magnitude as well as a direction. So it is a vector. Next one, work done. So work done, it is a scalar. Why? Because it has only magnitude. So it is a scalar. It is a scalar. See some example before this exercise. Complete that examples also. We will continue on the next class.